I barely read through these questions, let alone came up with answers, so I apologize to my future editing self. Hi, my name is Adriana, and today I will be doing the I am so annoyed tag. I was tagged in this by the lovely Kat from Ginger Bibliophile. Definitely go check out her channel. I watched through her video, didn't really internalize any of the questions, so like I said, I don't really know where I'm going with this tag, but we'll see. My life is a bit stressful and hectic right now. I'm in the process of trying to move to a new state, so I'm in a great mindset to just be annoyed because I'm stressed and I'm lashing out. So might as well lash out at a book tag rather than the people I care about. That is also why I'm filming in front of my TBR shelf, because my big shelves are packed up. Question number 1 is, do publishers ever do things that you find annoying? I mean, maybe not so much annoying as infuriating, but like, obviously there's a lot of problems in the publishing world about like not paying people enough and not always being a great industry, but that's capitalism. So like, let's ignore that and move on to more like fun, annoying things. But I mean, there's always the complaint of like changing the heights of books. That's one that's definitely annoying. Like if you have a series of books and then like one of them's like in a distinct height and then the next one is higher for some reason. I think one of the Sarah J Maas series is like that. Changing up cover design halfway through a series, constantly changing cover designs to try to get you to buy more. I don't know. I just like a series to be like cohesive. That's all I really look for from a publisher. Question number 2, have you ever been annoyed by a spoiler? And my memory's so poor. Like, I have such a bad memory for like plot lines, spoilers, whatever. Like, you could basically tell me the entire plot of a book and I won't retain it. One of my most distinct memories of this is I was in middle school, I believe. So the Twilight books had just come out. One of my friends was reading it and she wanted to tell me about like a plot line. I think it was in the second book. I think it was in New Moon. And she asked me if I was ever gonna read them, and I was like, no, I don't think I will. So she's like, okay, then I'll tell you about this spoiler. And then she like tells me the spoiler, and then like 2 or 3 years later, I do end up reading the series, like not having remembered that my friend had told me about this spoiler. And then I read the spoiler and I was still surprised, and I like sat there and thought about it and I was like, actually, this sounds kind of familiar. Like, where did I hear this from? You could spoil me all day long and I just won't retain that kind of information. Question number 3 is, have you ever been annoyed by what you discovered at a little free library, book sale, or used bookstore? I guess not to get like too, what's the word I'm looking for here? Controversial. But I live in like a pretty rural area and there is a fairly significant religious group here, and they like to leave their religious texts in little free libraries. So a little free library will look like super full and like it's full of like really great books, and then you like open it up and it's like just full of religious texts. So that's like kind of annoying because you like go up to a little free library thinking you're gonna find your new favorite fiction read, and it's a bunch of, I don't want to get, like I said, I don't want to get controversial, but like, that's annoying. Go do your missionary thing elsewhere, please. Question number 4 is, when it comes to a short story collection, are you annoyed if there is a novella in the middle of the collection? I'm not a huge like short story collection reader, or really like a short story reader in general, but yeah, I would definitely find that annoying. I find it annoying if I'm reading a book and there's like a chapter that's especially long compared to the other chapters, especially if it's not broken up. I was recently reading In the Lives of Puppets, and the first, I don't know, probably 10 chapters are all like 10 to 15 pages. Easy peasy. And then it starts getting like 40-page chapters. And I'm like, this is ridiculous. This is too many pages for one chapter, especially if you haven't mentally prepared me to have long chapters. Question number 5 is about deckled edges. Do you find them beautiful or annoying? I guess I really don't have super strong feelings either way. Like, they are not super conducive to like reading or like flipping through, but I just don't read physical books very often anymore. So it's hard for me to even really say, because the last time I fully read a physical book end to end It's been a minute. I'm just an e-reader girly now. But I also don't find them particularly like pretty. I don't even know if I have deckled edges here, but sprayed edges, that's cool. I will purposefully store a book sprayed edges out so that you can see that. But like deckled edges, like they're not really doing enough for me to like want to display it pages out. So I just don't really see the point of deckled edges. Question number 6, do other people's annotations in a used book or library book annoy you, or are you okay with it? I would love to find somebody else's annotations in a used book. If I were in a used bookstore and there were 2 copies of the same book and one was annotated and one wasn't, I'm 100% buying the annotated copy. Like, I'm so nosy. I want to know what other people are thinking when they're reading through this book. I want to see their reactions. I want to see their thoughts. I would love to get other people's annotations. Not annoyed at all. Please write in your books. Question number 7, if there's a series or collection of certain kinds of books like an imprint and changes are made, are you annoyed or okay with it? If yes, give an example. Oh, is this like the Penguin Classics collection or whatever? I don't think that would annoy me, but like I'm just not much of like a full collection collector of books. Like I said, I like my series to match. I already have it all packed up, but I waited to buy Rule of Wolves until it came out on paperback because I had the paperback version of King of Scars. So I do like for my series to match up. But yeah, I'm just not enough of a collector to care about all of my books looking the same. Like I just want the books that go together to look the same. And that's like a recent development for me. When I was a teen buying my books, I really didn't care. My original like Percy Jackson collection was a mixture of paperbacks and hardbacks because I think I started the series kind of late, but then I caught up, so it was all hardbacks after that. Like, and I just didn't care. Now I care at least about the series. Everything else is free to kind of do whatever it wants. Question number 8, do decisions of the characters in a novel ever annoy you? Share the book and what decision you found annoying. I know I've been annoyed by character decisions before. I just don't know if I can come up with a great example. Oh, you know what? I think one example I can kind of come up with. It's not so much that what the character does. It's like if the author makes a decision for a character that seems out of character for that character. How many times can I say character in a row? Jesus. So example, my absolute favorite series, the Sigma 4 series, and my absolute favorite character in the Sigma 4 series is Seishan. She is a ex-assassin, still kind of does some assassiny things. I don't know what her life is. But like all throughout the series, she's like child-free, and then she like gets married and immediately starts popping out kids. And like James Rowlands does this with a lot of women in that series. Like Kat is the same way. She's like this badass like Navy intelligence agent, and she immediately like gets pregnant and starts just wanting to be a stay-at-home mom. Or not stay-at-home mom, but like a mom. And like I just don't love that decision. I just wish like one of the characters could have stayed child-free. Cause like it seems like the type of women these are, highly ambitious, highly skilled, highly intelligent. It just seems like at least one of them would want to stay child-free, you know? Being child-free is not a immoral point against you. You can choose not to have kids and it's fine. So I wish we could have gotten at least one of the characters or couples or whatever in those books to just nix children. Question number 9, are you ever annoyed by how someone organizes their books? I mean, as long as you're like, have them up on a shelf, not around water or whatever, I'm good. However you choose to organize your shelf is up to you, but I don't think you should be storing your books in a way that will damage them. Just like leaving them in a pile on the floor or haphazardly like shoving them in places. Like I do think you should be respectful of the books you have, but if you want to organize them by color or author or genre or whatever else, that's up to you. Books are expensive, like especially these days. Like books are kind of expensive. Like treat them well, put them on a shelf. These are actually not organized in any fashion. They're somewhat organized by priority, but even then like it's gotten jumbled. Organize it however you want, but you know, treat them with a bare minimum of respect. put them on a shelf, put them upright. Don't like put them in an area that they're gonna get like sun damaged or water damaged or whatever. Show them a bare minimum of respect. Question number 10 is share some bookish things that you find annoying. I don't know, like I'm not easily annoyed. I'm pretty chill for the most part. Bookish things I find annoying. I really can't think of anything. Things that a lot of people find annoying is like, you know, the book talk girlies who are like gushing over like some silly romance, but like that doesn't annoy me at all. I love that you're excited about things. Like I love it when people are excited about things. I guess maybe what I find annoying is people yucking other people's yums. If you're not into romance, don't read it. If you're not into epic sci-fi or fantasy, like don't read it. Like you don't have to tell people they're wrong for liking what they like. I guess that's the only thing I would find annoying. But I think in general, the bookish community is pretty good about that. Like they kind of stick to their genre lanes. They don't get too far telling people they're wrong for liking what they like. And if there are people out there doing that, then yeah, like that's super annoying and bad and you should stop. And then the last prompt is to tag some people. Again, this was something that I did not prepare for, even fully knowing that this was a tag. I'm gonna tag Martine from Just Martine because I think they would have some really like insightful answers to give and I'd be interested to hear what they say. I'm also gonna tag Ruby from Ruby Red because I don't know, she's like kind of like me in that she seems pretty chill about most things, so I'd like to see if any of these things rile her up. And then last, I'll tag Jayla from Lala Loves Lit because I haven't tagged her in something in a minute and I like seeing her stuff. So that is this tag. Feel free to say I tagged you if you just want to do it and let me know any of your annoyances in the bookish community down below. And thanks so much for watching and I'll catch you on the next video.